My name's Hilary. I've been on WikiTree since 2011, and I'm a project coordinator for both the England and the Wales projects in WikiTree, and I'm also one of the greeters, and I'm also a mentor as well. So I'm kept quite busy on WikiTree, as well as doing my own things that I'm trying to do with one name studies and one place studies I've got on WikiTree. So and so I think I will just hand over to Murray next, and he can introduce himself.
Hello, everyone. I'm Murray Maloney. I'm a retired author, editor, technical kind of guy, and I've been on WikiTree since late 2019, just before the pandemic hit, and so that gave me lots of time to work on WikiTree. Let's see, I've done a fair bit of work with my DNA, and I've connected my family back to the early 1600s in New England. I did not have anybody on the Mayflower, but maybe a year later, I think. And otherwise, I come and help twice a month with this session to get things to help people figure out how to use WikiTree, because it's hard at first, and I found it hard, and so I expect that almost everybody does. And with that, I will pass it on to Denise.
Hey, hello, everyone. I'm a little lost for words. I'm watching a chipmunk go across my deck here. I have been on WikiTree since 2020. I joined right around the time of the pandemic, and that was almost about the same time that I retired. I'm a retired IT professional for a major insurance company. My objective has been to add my family to WikiTree. I found it to be a very helpful tool and something that's free. That was the big word for me back then, especially after I retired, being free and vowing to always be free. I don't think anyone else can make that claim. And I also like a lot of the features that WikiTree has. I do a lot of assisting of other members of WikiTree. I am a co-project leader for the U.S. Black Heritage Project. We're also coordinating with the Texas Project right now. My focus has been for that project has been on cemeteries. So I do a lot of research for the African American cemeteries, getting those categories added and creating profiles for those folks. I'm also a co-host on the Saturday Roundup now. That's another new role I've been given. And I'm the leader on a segment, or I facilitate a segment titled Behind the Branches. And in that, we talk about other projects that are going on within WikiTree that many of us don't know about. There's hundreds of other projects that are going on. So there's bound to be something that can capture your interest. A lot of these projects need volunteers. So we try to feature a volunteer, a project that's close to the theme of the week at the Saturday Roundup. So please join us with that too. And with that, I'll turn it over to Steve.
Hi, I am not retired, so I don't have ample time to work on WikiTree, but I still am able to contribute, to these new member Q&As, and I still contribute to a variety of projects. Mostly, again, my fingers are in Germany project and how it relates to where I currently am in Wisconsin, because the city of Milwaukee was once the largest population of Germans in the United States. And so there is a lot of heritage here to go through and a lot of cemeteries with a lot of German names. Incidentally, I was actually in one yesterday, Wisconsin Memorial Park, which has a really interesting looking mausoleum that looks like a giant Star Trek spaceship or something. And everybody is in a circle, and there's like 20 of these structures full of dead bodies inside this mausoleum. So it was a really fascinating place, and a whole bunch of the names were German. but none of the ones I was researching. So there's a lot of work to be done there. And so that was also part of Doors Open. We have a thing in Milwaukee where we effectively open the doors of lots of places for a Saturday or Sunday. So we're able to go to these, and I'm going to be doing some more today after this Zoom call. So they kind of overlap with, some of my interests there. I'm also involved with Notables in that, I do add recently deceased ones, or I'm working on ones that we want to connect, or ones that are relevant to my interests. I do a lot of pop culture stuff based on my previous wiki experience. And this has been like a 20-year thing for me altogether, but WikiTree has really just been like the last 5 since I started, right at 2020 myself. And that was a lot of ample time to work on like extending my lines and getting to know the community. And now I'm focusing on just like different areas, things that I want to do, like name studies, or just larger focus projects with some of my cousins overseas. So yeah, I mean, this has a lot for people to do. A lot of places that to check out, like Denise was saying, different projects that people probably haven't even heard of because they're just somewhere off in the wiki. So definitely ask your questions today. We'll do our best to help.
Right. I think what we'll start with is, since Gordon had actually sent something to Betsy, I don't know if he wants. Do you want to explain your query, Gordon, or do you want me to just go through it?
Well, I'll start by mentioning to Stephen that I'm considered a kind of an expert in Los Angeles on German genealogy.
Oh, cool.
I am president, newsletter editor, and librarian for something called the Immigrant Genealogical Society, but it is now strictly Germanic. We used to have Mayflower, New England stuff, British Isles stuff, Scandinavian stuff, but we had to uh, downsize, and so now we're strictly Germanic. But
Okay.
the problem I'm working with today is not Germanic. It is a part of my family tree where I'm kind of an island. As regards the Azel, now some people say Uzel in other parts of the country, but as to the Azel family of which I'm a part, I have no siblings, no first cousins, no second cousins, and no third cousins. It's only when I get to fourth cousins that I can find people who are related to me on Ancestry DNA. The question I'm bringing up today relates to a discovery I made using Sorcerer in conjunction with Ancestry records. And I really have to give a shout out to Sorcerer because it came up, I suppose through AI, with a marriage record that I did not know existed. And that has caused me the problem because for, I guess, probably decades, there's been an assumption made about one family appearing in the 1850 census for Randolph County, Missouri. It's a 3-generation household. There is a grandmother, there is a daughter, and there is a granddaughter with her fairly recent husband. Everyone assumed it was a direct line. This was supposedly going to be the granddaughter's mother and her grandmother. Turns out, when you actually see the record of the marriage and you see the maiden name of the bride in this marriage that had occurred not too long ago, that tells me that what you have in this 3-generation household is a granddaughter, an aunt, and a grandmother. And that changes everything. I discovered this, unfortunately, as I was trying to build down from the ISOM Azel that was shown on the screen. And so I created a daughter for him and then a granddaughter. And the granddaughter was placed under the wrong daughter because everybody had been assuming that this was just a straight 3-generation household, as you would expect. So now I have the problem. Betsy gave me the answer. I wanted to know what best practice would be. What I had done was I made that first created profile into what I would call a kind of a pointer, saying that this was not a correct person, and pointing them to another profile that I then created, which has the correct maiden name and puts this woman in her proper family. So now I'm understanding from Betsy that what I need to do is a merge. And I would like a little help with that because merges still leave me a little bit uncomfortable because I don't do them very much. Now we're looking at a lot of information here. And you'll see I'm profile manager on a lot of these because, as I've said, I'm kind of an island. If you look at Zelle listings, by clicking on the little magnifying glass, you'll find all kinds of people in England. You'll find all kinds of people in North Carolina. You won't find many in Missouri. They're the ones I've created. But here is Zilpha Azelle Simmons. She is the daughter who apparently had no children. I've never really been truly certain of her husband's name, but it seems to be Simmons. It has been called Lemons in earlier records in Tennessee. It is her sister, Ann Azelle Rice, who has the large family that goes to Randolph County, Missouri. And I think what happened was that Zilpha's husband died. He isn't in the 1850 census. That's one reason we can't find out a lot about him. It would take going to courthouse records, I think, to dig out real information on that man. But I think they were childless, and now she's a young widow, and she has no place to go but to join her sister and brother-in-law in Missouri, in Randolph County. And when I looked at...
My volume not work.
Whoops. When I looked at Ann Azelle Rice's family and the dates of the children that we all had, those who had researched this family, but not on WikiTree, I found there was a nice convenient slot for Zilpha, now I'm calling her Rice Mallory, to fit into very comfortably. And so what are we looking? Yes, we're looking at Ann Azelle Rice. If you look at the children, there is Zilpha Rice Mallory. I do not have her husband in here yet. I will try to do a little research on him, but the main thing is to get Zilpha in the right place. And you can see that there is a kind of a fit there between 1823 and 1829, we have 1826. So the mystery person, the one I first started and then recognized was not correct, was called Zilpha Simmons Mallory, and that is Simmons 24779. And you can see what I have done with that. And you see right off the bat in the biography, I have said she's misidentified, and then I give the connections. If you go down a little further, you'll see that 1850, there it is. There's the household I'm speaking of.
So I have a question, if you
Sure.
can stop there for just a second. So you're talking about merging this profile where you have indicated she's misidentified with
with the,
Her profile, where you put her, where you think she belongs.
yes, the Zilpha
Okay.
Rice Mallory.
Okay. I'm just trying to follow.
Yeah, it's confusing for me. But
Okay.
like I say, I'm
One
looking
has no
for best practice.
Hmm. The
Right, at
first
least this one
keyword.
doesn't have any connections on it, the one you just
No.
previously had up.
Yeah.
This one does.
Yeah.
This
So
one
the other ones are
correct?
floating.
Is this the correct one?
The one that says Rice is the correct one.
Okay.
So
And
you've got
that's,
parents on. You've got parents on this one, but you
Mhm.
haven't got parents on. Which one was it now?
Simmons.
Yeah,
This one.
there's parents there as well, but it's
but
been
There isn't parents.
misidentified. Yeah.
yes,
No parents identified. So they would be fairly easy to just merge, wouldn't they?
Mm-hmm.
So this
And if you're
person
manager of
had,
both, since you're manager of both, Gordon, you should be
yes.
able to do it without needing to ask anybody else to do it.
All right, I understand that.
Yeah, yeah.
so this
Yeah.
person had both Simmons and Rice as a name at some point in their life.
Well, everyone who had been looking after this family assumed, because of that 1850 census, that Simmons must be the mother of the granddaughter.
Mhm.
So that was the mistake that was made. It was
Okay.
just making
Wrong
a wrong assumption.
Mm.
Right, so then that name will go away. It'll
Yes.
just be the
Yes,
Rice
and if
and
you
the
if you
Zell.
look further down, you will see the marriage record in somewhere there. I'm having to grab the other one.
Yeah, you got
Right, the
married
first one.
here.
Research notes, and then under sources, you'll see the marriage. That's what popped up through Sourcer.
Mm.
Because I got the 1850
Okay.
census. I was just looking to be able to place the 1850 census with a narrative using the proper individual. So my technique is I go in, I know what the census record is that I need, but I do a search on Ancestry through census, through federal census, finding the state and the county and the township if necessary, and then looking for the name that I know will be there because I've already seen this. But when it pops up, I can choose the citation with narrative option, which will throw the table of the census into my source information. And then whenever I do that, I'll get to you in just a second, Stephen.
Mhm.
When I do that, the next thing I do is I look to see what other records Ancestry might have found. Usually it's another census, and then I can just hop from census to census once I'm in the queue, so to speak. And that's when I discovered this marriage that no one knew about. And that's what told me that we were barking up the wrong tree, that Zilpha was not a Simmons, but instead was a Rice. Now,
Okay. To what Anne just said, I was just going to ask myself. So I understand you're pulling a lot of the info off of Ancestry. Not everyone has access to Ancestry. So we were looking at Family Search as an alternative for accessing these records and potentially other records that might be connected to that person out there. Have you gone to Family Search?
I have not. I've only got so much time, and I prefer using Ancestry.
Understood. So I'm going to see if I can find the record on Family Search, and that might even give us more information to fill in this person. I feel
Okay.
like it's a resource that is underutilized in this situation, and it may be very beneficial for you to connect more dots and to find more of those connections.
Well, I have to say, if you look at Isa Mazel, who is Azel 10, and look at the descendants, you'll see what I've been doing. I have been putting my priority to finding other people who have records on WikiTree that I can connect into this tree, because I think that's beneficial. It doesn't help me much with CC7 because I'm back far enough that when I build down, that's not crediting me with CC7, but it is going to tell those other descendants of Isom about this family history. And you can see with the research notes that I've built in, I discovered a very interesting Supreme Court case in Tennessee regarding slavery in the family. And it's a picture of slavery we don't often get, the real depiction of living individuals as property. And I thought that should be preserved, number one, and then shared.
Right. So I'm just indicating that we want to have access to as many resources as possible, and not limit our research to just one vicinity. And
Sure.
so I feel like there could be a lot more clues on the family search profile of this person that they might even clarify, what discrepancies in the records. They might be also documenting those censuses a little bit differently. So the transcriptions might be more clear versus what's displayed on Ancestry. So that's what I was trying to point out, and I think Anna was trying to point out as well. Is and I actually want to see if I can find that record on Family Search right now.
Okay.
For that person, but you probably should do the merger first, before we move on to doing
Okay.
investigation on that. We can confirm that she is the same person here.
Yeah,
So
and
we
if
already
you want to
know.
put those back on the screen, we can walk you through how to merge it.
Yeah.
Well, let's see. Am I a co-host or something here?
You don't have to be, you were just sharing, right?
It was me that was sharing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, Hillary, yeah.
I brought up all the various things so that
Oh,
it's
okay.
easier
Yeah,
for Gordon to just share things. But he's obviously gonna have. I'm not going to be able to merge them. He's gonna have to merge those.
correct. You're gonna have to merge them, Gordon. So you'll to share it. Are you familiar with how to do that?
Let's see. I've got a share thing here. It says sharing
Yeah,
not
click on
turned
that.
on. Send
Uh-huh.
request. Okay.
You're allowed to share.
Yeah, and then select, once you click on share, it's going to ask you to select whether you want to share your whole window or your screen, a specific tab.
Entire screen, I think, right?
Okay.
What's the best
Make
way
sure
to
it
do
has
that
the
where he
WikiTree.
can change tabs?
The entire screen.
Yeah.
Okay.
That way it will display everything you've got up. Now, if you got some personal things there, that's when you may want to just focus on a specific screen or a specific tab.
Well, I've got the two people on my tabs.
Okay.
So,
Yeah.
desktop one. Let's see, is that share? Okay.
I see it.
There we go. Yeah.
That's
So this is the descendant chart.
one. Now what I have to do is get to the individuals.
Yeah, just click on the tabs. You got them both up there. Click on your tabs. You've got two Zilphas sitting right next to each other.
Here's Zilpha. There's the one that I want.
Okay.
Now what I have to do is get to, and I've got things covering up other things here.
And then you might want to hit the allow button on that for Zoom, just so it's recording your screen.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, okay, so just confirms that.
So that is, and I've got these two printed out. So am I going to start with the Zilpha Rice, the real one?
Well,
and hit the merge at the bottom here.
You're going to merge the Simmons into the Rice, correct?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so you want to create the merge, and then you want to identify the second profile. So you'll want to copy that ID, and then you'll want to compare them. So they'll put it side to side, so you can see them both at the same time.
Yeah, click on Initiate a Merge.
Okay.
And what it's going to do is automatically populate the Rice Wiki ID. Now you want to go to the other Zilpha that you want to merge.
Yes, and
you've got to get her Wiki ID.
Yes.
And that's what's going to go into ID 2. Okay.
You can change the direction. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So there they are, side by side.
Uh-huh.
But Simmons would be going into Rice, so the direction would be, from right to left, and I think we'll have to establish that when we get to the merge page.
Okay, so
These are
we
effectively the
know that Simmons has to disappear and Rice has to be the survivor.
same.
Mm-hmm.
What do I do next?
Go to the bottom.
Go back to,
Go
go
back.
back
Oh, there's
down.
the button at the
Oh,
top.
down?
I believe you can just go back down to the bottom
Oh,
where you were all the way.
You need to be at
N-
the top.
no, the top.
The
Oh,
top.
up at the top.
Yeah, it's the
So
button that says merge them. So we have to go back to the top of the screen.
okay.
All the way to the top. Yeah, there it is, right
There
there.
it is. Yeah.
So
Where
hit
it says
merge
merge
them.
them, the link.
Okay, merge them.
Okay.
Now this is when you change it.
We need to
And give your
reverse the
explanation
direction.
of, yeah.
There's a green button right here that says click here to reverse the merge.
Oh, I've got to see where that is. Click here to reverse the merge. Okay.
Yes.
How do you know which one is going to be the final?
Because it
Because
says
Simmons
skill
is
limit-
going into Rice.
The one on
Oh,
the
okay. The last name's not the
is
same.
always
So
the survivor then.
Mm.
Okay.
Well, it says at the top, do not complete this merge unless Rice is the correct last name. So if you want it to be Rice, leave it as is. You don't
Yes.
want to reverse it because if you reverse it, you're going to switch it to Simmons.
Yeah, this is the way
Okay.
we want it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
so leave it as
did it
is
correct.
and then give your explanation of why you're doing that merge.
To eliminate shall I call it a false profile?
Yeah, that sounds good.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay. Yeah, Simmons will be permanently redirected.
And go down.
Yeah. Now you can verify your data. This is on the left is showing the Rice data, and in the yellow bar it's showing the Simmons data. So as you go down, you want to make sure that what you're selecting is what you want.
And pretty much the one on the left is the more developed one.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
one on the
Losing
right,
anybody.
if it has anything at all,
Mhm.
is
It didn't
is
have
the
anything.
same
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty much just
because
the
I
last name and
created
birth.
them that way.
All right.
And then check the text. So this is what's actually being merged itself.
Mm-hmm.
You'll want to go below to see that.
Oh, okay.
Right there.
And so it's taken both text and combined them. If you had text on the Simmons, it's trying to squeeze it in here somewhere on the profile. You can decide to keep it all, and save it and then edit afterwards.
Well,
But you
let's-
might have some duplicate sections. So you might have biography. Yeah, research notes are repeating twice here, for example.
You might find it's easier to just edit it once you've merged everything together,
Yeah.
and then you won't accidentally remove something that you don't want. And if you do, you'll be able to go back and pick it back up.
Well,
Good
Yeah,
sources,
I agree, Hillary.
Where
Yeah.
there's information.
I would say your first merge, just do it and include everything, and then go
Okay.
and edit it at your leisure.
Mm-hmm.
confirm.
Confirm. Right.
This will take a moment. Please wait.
There we go.
Okay, it has been
that was
completed.
that was a good
Mhm.
voice.
Mhm.
And if you want
Now
to
you
just
you can
simply
click on
see-
edit biography and that will take you down to where all that text was.
But you can
in-
view
in
the
your-
profile as it stands right now. You can click on that.
Edit biography text.
Yeah, that'll jump you down to the biography and then you can,
Okay.
And you can edit it however you want, because it will have saved all of it. And so even now, if you edited something, you could still go back and find if you edited something out that you didn't intend.
So I heard you say you had multiple
There it is,
monitors.
right there. Right there.
Did I hear you say you had multiple monitors? Computer monitors or just one monitor?
Just one.
I like to open mine in two ways. One is the completed profile. I open on one window and then I open the edit on a second window so that they're side by side. If your monitor is large enough, you can do that. And then you can go down through the completed profile and see where your duplicates are without all of the
Ooh.
inline sourcing.
I like
Awesome.
that, Karen.
Excellent suggestion.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
Or you can use preview to see what it looks like currently, and flash back and forth with that as well.
Yeah.
If you don't have the option for a 2nd screen.
I'm handicapped. I have trouble doing that.
Understood.
You
Yeah,
have
everyone
two
is different.
Yeah. You ha- you have 2 research notes there, so you need
Yes.
to
Yeah.
change something there. Okay, you could.
I
You'll
would.
probably find there's more things duplicated than in there. So I would
I think
suggest
this top one is the one that needs to be eliminated.
Delete. Yeah.
But I wouldn't remove information if it helps explain, discrepancies.
Mm.
Oh.
So anything that's a
Well,
link to your
This is the research note that was with Simmons.
You're on about that she was.
Misidentified.
So you're going to need to keep that as a bit of a thing, because it was on the GeniaNet thing that it was misidentified, wasn't it? That's where
Yes.
it's who the parents were,
The
but
issues
that's
that
only based on somebody's family. That the GeniaNet is just a tree as much as then WikiTree's a tree, or Family
So
Search tree is a
You
tree.
think I need to keep this one?
Right.
You probably need to keep that one, because that's the one where people have got mixed up with. So they've got to
Right.
keep that in your research notes.
Okay.
The issue is that it might get recreated in the future by somebody using that same source. So if we have a profile that is created and they search it and they see that note, then they may not recreate the incorrect profile. Does that make sense?
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, how about if
We're
I
trying to
take
claim everybody
out
else's
this
notes.
part right here so that it's all one?
Yeah.
You can
Yeah.
take
That
out
works.
the research
That's a
notes bit
start.
and then just go through and see what you still want to keep in your research notes. Can't you?
Probably just needs a rewrite.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay.
And one final thing before you go too far. At the
Okay.
end of your research note, that second paragraph, at the
Yes.
very end, you want to put your 4 squigglies. What are they called?
Tildes.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Tildes. Yeah.
Okay. Right
Just creates
here.
a signature.
Yes.
Yeah.
What that will do is identify that you are the one that put that research note there, so that if anyone has any questions, they can reach out to you.
Okay.
Go ahead and hit the preview button.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Hold on just a second. I got to get there. Preview.
Okay.
There.
Does it show it on preview?
Doesn't show the squiggly date marking.
Okay. So it'll once you save the page, it will actually save your name and the timestamp. But
Okay.
as it stands, it just displays as the 4 tildes.
Yeah.
Correct.
That's one of the things about MediaWiki software.
And then you
Now,
can.
this marriage is duplicated down here. I think I could get rid of that, couldn't I? And the
Yeah.
1850 census
Yes.
here.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But keep the
Anything that's
family
duplicated.
history or pedigree thing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so what I need to do is work from the bottom up. So let's just do a shift and I'll start running up the page. Here's the marriage. And that's the marriage. Whoops, no, I don't want to.
Is that the top marriage or is that the bottom marriage?
That's the bottom marriage.
Okay.
No, that's the top. No, that's the top one.
No, see here.
No,
it is.
it was the bottom one.
Okay.
Here's the top one, which we're keeping.
Okay.
Okay.
Just double
Now
checking.
it went away, but I know where to get it. This is so from here on down.
Mhm.
Come on. Okay.
Delete.
I can't get it to stick. Oh, no, there it is. Okay, so
Mhm.
now I can just delete.
Yep.
And now let's look at preview again. So there's the biography, there's the research notes, family history or pedigree, and it's down here again. Should I just get rid of that other one at the lower
Oh, because
part?
that's a bullet point and the other one's an inline citation.
The one that's a
Oh.
bullet point is the GeniaNet
Oh, I
thing.
see what happened. It was part of the research notes.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
You're just
It's
citing
okay there.
Yeah.
Leave them both.
Yeah, it's okay
Yeah.
there. It won't hurt anything.
Okay.
If you decide afterwards that you want to move it or take it out, you can do.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so now what should I put for a change explanation? What would be the best?
Merged. You
Just
merged.
say- it
Remove
does-
Yeah,
Clean
I
it,
would say
just
merge and then
formatting.
put bio
merge,
improvement.
merge, clean up or something.
Mm-hmm.
merge and cleanup. How about that?
Okay,
Is that good?
that
Yep.
sounds good.
Full save?
Full save.
Isn't that change explanation just so that if somebody comes behind you, they can see why you made the changes?
Correct.
So you really can
And
put
here's
anything
the-
there that explains it?
Here's the
Correct.
field day.
Just
Yeah, you
helps
should
you
fill
as
out the
well.
edit summary whenever possible.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay, I guess we're done.
Yep.
Yep. And now on your research note, you can see your name, date, and time.
Yes, yes.
Mm-hmm.
There it is. In UTC time.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Okay.
next person.
Right. Has anybody got anything that they particularly wanted us to sort out? And if you want to stop sharing, the
Okay,
screen, Gordon.
stop share.
All right.
Awesome. Yay.
Yeah.
Merge complete.
Yes.
Anybody else?
We got
Any questions?
Curious about finding that.
I had a couple of just kind of probably simple questions, I hope. I wanted to ask if there is any place on WikiTree where it gives templates or template suggestions for your bios. I know that I can get examples from other profiles, but is there any like one centralized place that says, here's 3 examples of how to put your bio together?
Steven.
Stephen.
There is the page called Help Templates. I believe that would be a good starting point.
Yes.
Have you been there?
No, I don't really know how to get around well with
Okay.
all those help things, so I have to do each thing as I come across the question.
So let me share my screen, if that's okay.
Yeah. And while he's doing that, Karen, Google is your friend. If you
Okay.
type in help templates WikiTree, Google will find it.
Yeah,
Okay.
I mean, that it's strange when you want to get to a help page from like a different page. If you're not actively on the help namespace, it might be more involved to find it that way. But because Google optimizes us in such a way with the SEO that we can be searched externally for those pages, yeah, you could go about it that way. You could also go to advanced page search and go to the bottom and search for all text, type in that and find it that way. So yeah, it is sometimes a little non-friendly. I do agree with that aspect when it comes to finding help pages. But there's also the templates available through the categories. So like if you go to WikiTree Help, you start at this category here, for example.
Yeah, but how do I get there?
Well, categories is sort of the big header at the very top, and then within that would be category WikiTree. And the categories should be accessible.
Steve, if I'm on my home page, how do I get to that page?
Right.
Thank you.
Right. Let me move this bar up top. Okay.
the very beginning.
So go to find at the very top.
Oh, I've been going to help.
In this
And then
case, you
categories.
can select categories.
Okay.
Right.
And this takes you to the master category of categories. Right? So this is where everything starts. It
Okay.
loops in on itself. There should not be anything shorter or before this category. Like this is the master category.
Okay.
Within that, you would then go to WikiTree. So WikiTree has one of these 21 subcategories within categories. From there, you can go to WikiTree Help.
Perfect.
Now, if you also go to WikiTree Help here, it does say search help pages. Again, I'm trying to move this little bar over here. WikiTree Help also branches into these as well. So there's actually stickers over here. Templates, for some reason, is not one of them. Let me see if I can go find templates. Does not appear to be one of those in here. So templates is weird. So in order to get to templates, you got to go for WikiTree help. Sorry about that.
That's okay.
But then
I found it.
that,
I'm following.
yeah, but then there's templates, styles and standards, tools and apps. There's all the other little detailed pages regarding those things. There's projects. But yeah, then within WikiTree's category templates, you can actually see the different templates and here all the locations of them, or you could go straight to the help templates page, which breaks them down. So you said you were looking for biography templates, right?
Yes.
Okay, so there's some that are research note boxes. There's some that are simply stickers. There are some that are project boxes. Now, these appear to be the big three. Do any of those fall into what you're requesting?
Well, I don't think so. I'm just trying to clean up a lot of profiles from the JetCom import, and once I
Right.
move my sources over, I'm like, okay, so now how do I structure all that information into a biography, into a bio?
Sounds like you want to do
what's
an
the-
auto bio.
Okay, so this is
Well-
WikiTree markup. This is wiki markup that you're trying to create, like with the headers and using the brackets to create links. That's what we're talking about, right?
No, I've
No.
got the formatting notes. I understand that. It's just the style, I guess. And you see
Style
some
guide.
profiles, that are like total prose, and you see some that are charts, and you see some that are, I mean, there's a lot of different profile types. And so that's what I'm looking, not the style guide, that's sources.
Well, the style guide is in reference to the entire page. So like it can talk about the biography, not just the sources. I am trying to find that page that describes, the style itself.
Biographies is under B.
Yeah. So here's biographies, help biographies. So this is recommendations and best practices for creating and editing the text of a person profile. And the required text sections and the optional text sections. So you can put
That's
things
what I'm looking for.
Okay.
That's
so you
what I'm
want to go
looking for.
to help biographies? I'm going to just put this in your chat for you then.
Thank you.
So I think we knew what we were talking about. We weren't getting there because maybe the wording wasn't right.
Exactly. Yes, I apologize.
Okay. Because templates are very specific things. Stickers, project boxes. This is more of like you want to know what the flow of the page is doing. So I need to get back to the chat.
And the recommended formatting. And
Yes.
that's why Sue Carter and I were both recommending auto bio, especially if you're doing a lot of them. That would be a quick way to go ahead and get an initial update on the biography, and is giving thumbs up too. It's a quick way just to give, and if you don't like it, you can undo it. But at least if you're using auto bio, it'll give you a quick way to change that biography. Now, if you've got JEDCOM in there, there is another button that you can select that will remove all of that JEDCOM junk. Okay.
I've used that.
Okay.
But a lot of the sources, I did my JEDCOM out of Ancestry, and a lot of those sources come over as totally unusable.
Yeah.
So I'm
sources.
basically having to move my sources back over in a usable fashion, and then now I've got the stuff, and just like, okay, the auto bio might be something that'll help in that process.
And now if you have WikiTree Sourcer, when you pull that up, there's an option there. If you're on your family search page or your ancestry page, you can actually collect that data all at once, collect all of your sources all at once. It's called build citations on the sourcer. So that will copy everything that you have on your ancestry or family search page, and then you can paste it into your profile.
Or you could merge it.
Or you can merge it, yes.
because you can use take all the data from a family search, family tree profile, or all the data from an ancestry profile, and it will bring it over. Depending on how you've got your sources set up, you can bring over just the information for that individual, or you can bring over information regarding any children's baptisms, things like that. I mean, I've got mine set up so I only bring over that particular individual, and you can merge them, and you can, like we did a merge just now, you can merge them in. It goes into a similar screen, and you can bring in what you want, and if there's things on it you don't want, you can choose to remove them before you merge it.
So it basically creates like a new profile, and then you merge it with the existing profile.
You can, yeah, it'll yeah, like you would have, yeah.
Okay.
And Rob actually demonstrated it on one of the tech ones. I can't remember which one it was, but one of the tech talks, when there few of them were, he demonstrated a few things that Sourcer can do, and that was one of the things that he demonstrated, and it's very good. I use it.
Now, there is a caveat really quick with, all sources. You want to make sure that all the sources actually pertain to the person that you're uploading the information for.
Yeah.
And too many times, there could be assumptions made where one of those sources or 5 of those sources are talking about a different person. So if you're going to do, all citations, kind of review them first. Just make sure that that's actually what, is referring to the person.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, if you have a profile you'd like to share, we can walk you through one.
I haven't been active enough in WikiTree to be able to tell you which one. But I've walked through this once before. I just I don't know. Let me go look and see if I've got something that
It's quite good. Even if you think you've got everything, you might find there's like one census where you can just compare things. It's but you do need to be happy that what you're bringing over, at least the bulk of it, is what you really want to bring over, rather than if it's only a couple of things, you might as well just bring them over individually.
Marie wants to say something.
No, I just wanted to add that so Sourcer, when you collect sources from using Sourcer, it'll write some prose for you, a sentence to put in the biography, and give you an inline citation. Once you've done that, okay, imagine that you've got a whole biography and it's already been done with Sourcer. You can then run AutoBio, and an AutoBio will rewrite that bio for you. Now, the style that Rob uses with Sourcer is slightly different from the style that Ian uses in AutoBio. Okay, and you have to determine for yourself which one you prefer. And in some cases, you're going to want to use one. In some cases, you're going to want to use the other. But you have the option.
And how do I find the AutoBio? Do I go back through the WikiTree help?
No, it should appear right up above your bio screen, where you edit text for your bio.
Okay.
Provided you've got the browser on your WikiTree browser extension on your account, you can pick up AutoBio.
Yeah. Do you have the browser extension installed on your computer?
I do.
Okay.
So, yeah, AutoBio is underneath the bio button on the toolbar above your text edit box.
So go to edit.
Pick up. Show an example, someone.
Should I share my screen again? Because I do have mine activated.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, I'll go back in again. Let's go to an actual profile here. Actually, yeah, here I have a ancestor up right now. Meet George Wyatrock. He's one of my cousins, 3 times removed through the Wyatrocks, a German ancestry for Wisconsin. I'm going to go to the edit person profile here. Okay, let's go down towards the edit section. Okay, so why does this look different?
No, that looks fine.
Okay, so AutoBio must be this
under biography.
Under biography, sorry. Okay, Right, here
Mhm.
we are. Okay, so you have the
Oh,
drop
oh,
down, and then within that is
okay,
auto bio.
okay.
Actually, it's kind of funny how this profile was sort of merged from a different one, and I wasn't responsible for a lot of the data on it. So I'm wondering if maybe it could benefit from auto bio. So I'm going to look at it right now in preview mode and see what it looks like. And it looks pretty basic because it's just based on census information. And I'm wondering what would change here versus what's already in place. Is it
Not
going to make it
much.
better? You know,
Yes,
Yeah, it's gonna
because
take out
the children and
it's gonna take out the people that are listed. Yeah.
right.
so I don't know if that's going to be beneficial, but I'm going to try it. So let's see what it looks like with auto bio activated under biography, and the little tree is thinking.
It's shaking.
If I don't like it, I'm not going to save it. But let's just see what it does. It's
Right.
still thinking.
You'll have the opportunity to delete it if you don't like it.
Right, I can just cancel without saving.
Mhm.
And
I
also,
think it's. Oh, okay.
categories, there is also an auto category one too, if you want to check that.
Now, I don't like this. It tried to use the find a grave source as the source for the information of birth and parents, which it should not. Find a grave should only be used for the location of the burial.
Well,
I
but
believe
if
it
Find a
pushed
Grave
to the top
lists
there.
a birth and death date, that's why you're getting that. If you've got
Yeah.
your Find a Grave citation on there and it lists a birth and death date, it's going to attach itself as an inline citation.
Well, right, but it shouldn't be citing that as the source because we know that Find a Grave is not a primary source. The information simply is just added, especially when it comes to the family. So I'm really trying to get away from that, and hopefully other
If
people
it's on
are.
the headstone, though, it would count as a source.
Yeah.
We
It
know
has
that
an image of the
headstones are
headstone.
inaccurate, but we
Well,
also
that's a
know that those
secondary
things
source.
But that's
Yeah.
still fine. If it's
Yeah.
inaccurate, then it needs a note.
Yeah, I think that's a personal preference. But you also note with doing the auto bio, it has also automatically added some categories that are associated based on the data that was found there. So you've got
I
your
think the categories were in place though. That this person was categorized to these locations, and the challenge was on it.
I'm
Actually trying to see what is physically different about this now. I'm thinking that maybe all it did was so it bolded this person's name, it gave their birth date and birth location, and then it added the person's death and birth and death information for their son. So it didn't do much for me in such a way that I'm not actually liking what it did. I think it also changed the source citation as well. And then it duplicated everything below because
that's because it's leaving your original. So if you
Mhm.
decide to undo, which you'll see two buttons on the far right.
Yeah.
So if you decide to undo, it's just going to remove everything that you've got at the bottom. So it's not
Oh,
really
and there's also
new. Yeah,
and there's a delete old bio on the right too. I see that.
correct. Yeah. So if you decide to keep it, you'll delete the old bio. If you decide not to keep it, then you'll do
Mhm.
the undo auto bio, and that will return it back to its original state.
So the auto bio is probably a very good solution for me where I'm just trying to clean up
Right.
stuff.
Yeah.
And especially if you don't like to write bios, like I don't.
I like writing bios.
It's
though.
just, for me,
feel
it's
like-
very time cumbersome.
It is.
Yes.
Well, I don't prefer what it did, and I am going to walk away from it because
Well, click undo auto bio.
it's going to be delete draft return to profile without saving.
No, see your two
Yes.
boxes up at the top.
Yeah, you can go either way, Denise.
Yeah, you can.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
So what did it do?
Look at that.
I backed out of it, so the draft was deleted. That should
Yeah.
also delete the auto bio as well, right?
It
Yeah,
did.
I think so.
Yes,
Yeah.
it did.
Because if I go back and try to edit it again, it won't indicate that there's an active auto bio happening.
Nope.
This is all the original text that was on the page.
That's correct.
Correct.
This is very helpful.
Right.
Thank you, Denise. Thank you, Denise, for pointing that out.
Well, yeah, so let's return to profile without saving.
You're
So
welcome.
yeah, I'm going to make changes to this. I'm going to improve this on my own terms because I feel like certain information needs to be cited a certain way, and certain sources need to only apply to certain information. It is my personal belief that, for example, again, Find a Grave should not be used for citing parents, shouldn't really be used for citing birth and death information, because that should come down to the birth records and the death records. And the location of the burial is a thing that is verifiable for Find a Grave. That can be utilized in that section. That's how I approach it. I guess everyone else is different, but that's my 2 cents regarding that matter.
I
You
only
could,
use Find a Grave as an addition to burial because
It's a clue. It's not a
not.
source.
It's not. I've got people that have got 2 headstones, and one of them is where they're buried. The other one is where they were on a memorial with the family
Right.
that they grew up with. So therefore, just if I use the Find a Grave and I just use the wrong one, somebody would think they were buried somewhere completely different from where they were buried.
Right. So one has a cenotaph and one is the actual location of burial, correct?
No, one of them is in one of the memorials is in the churchyard of where most of the other family members were buried,
Right.
or memorialized at least. And the other one is in the churchyard where they were or in the cemetery where they were actually buried. So
yeah, and that's fine. You'd want to have both profiles sourced on the profile.
Both are on there because I've got photographs of both of them because I've been to both locations.
Yeah.
But
right. What I'm saying is that the data inherent to the person should come from other sources. Should come from birth records, death records, marriage records, etc.
And I agree with that. I'm exactly the same. If I want a birth, I want a birth record. Unless there isn't a birth, and then I'll go to the closest. They were baptized. They must have been born sometime prior to that baptism.
Right. Sometimes you only have the baptism. Yeah. Chris, the other one, if it's not a baptism, it's christening, right? So depending on the faith. So what did we learn here? Autobio can go both ways, right?
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'm going to unshare here. I don't want to.
Well, you can even undo if you do autobio and you don't like one little bit of the autobio, you can just remove it before you save everything. You don't have to keep anything on a profile that you don't want to keep on there. And if you save it after you make any amendment, you can always go back and restore it. Yeah.
That is a good thing about the wiki, at least. There you can go back to the previous version if something is really bad. And when it comes to the merges, though, you got to be careful on that. So, like, I think we did it correctly today, where we merged before we removed information, and then there's a version of removal that we could go back and revert if that was wrong, right? But if something is merged incorrectly, then that data disappears, and because we can't go back to a previously unmerged profile, if it was removed in the process of that. So. I think what Gordon did today was the correct way to do it. Initially, keep the data on there if you're uncertain, and then do that second edit.
You got a question?
And you had a question?
Yeah.
Sorry.
I merged the 2. Does the unmerged one that he had, does that have a number? Does that number stay? Does that profile stay?
You won't be able to reuse it. That will have disappeared altogether. It won't be able to be reused. It gets redirected, but you won't get redirected because it won't appear now.
Okay.
Well, what if somebody typed it in? Would it try to redirect to the correct profile?
That's what I meant.
Yeah, possibly.
So, like, it's no longer valid. Like, it disappears from the system altogether, and the next surname to use that won't use that number. Correct?
Yeah.
That's my understanding.
If you type in the profile number of the one that was merged that you wanted to get rid of, it'll direct you to the new one that it merged into.
Okay. Yeah. Yes, Don.
Yes, you mentioned something about GEDCOM files, and there's a way of cleaning them all up. I'm one of those that imported all my family tree through GEDCOMs, and there's tons of garbage in all of them. And a few sessions ago, one of you guys cleaned one up for me, and I followed that example, and I'm quite successful on one of my great-grandfather, looking pretty good to me. So I want to do his father now, but there's a quicker way of cleaning it all up. So one line, it took me a few days to go through every line and try and duplicate the format stuff. Is there a way of cleaning up those GEDCOM files? You mentioned something about a cleanup.
Yeah, the ACG button. If you have the WikiTree browser and you've got GEDCOM junk on that profile, your ACG button will appear.
Okay, I don't know what that means.
Yeah, that's the automated cleanup of GEDCOM.
Who is the person? If I need to pull it up, I could try to.
Ramponi 18 is the one I needed doing.
So RAMPONE 18.
Mm-hmm.
How do I quickly switch from one screen to the other? I have a
I've already searched a Ramponi 9 before. Oh.
Yeah, that was me.
Okay, so this is Domenico Ramponi?
Yes. How do I switch? Right now I have on the screen, my screen, I have Luigi, his son. How do I switch to his father the quickest way?
Okay.
Ancestry.
Back a step here. I have Domenico on the screen. Luigi, okay, do you have the family tab activated? So like when it displays, it shows you the parents and the brothers and sisters and so forth? Or do you have a different setting on yours that goes like straight to the ancestors pedigree chart or the descendants? Like what displays automatically for you? So like if you're on a profile, what pops up above the biography?
Son of and brothers, sisters. Okay, yes.
Okay, yeah. So then the connection should be within that box. So if you want to click between Luigi, son of Domenico.
Okay, I got you. Okay.
Okay, so you do have that as default. That could be changed in settings. We actually talked about that last time because some people have their pedigree charts defaulted. And in this case, I usually default to family, so I can just see like the quick relationships. So it looks like you already have that in place. So let me screen share.
You had screen share.
Yeah,
He was sharing his screen, wasn't he?
I thought, was it working? I didn't know if it was working or not. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, it was working.
Do this correctly. All right, now can you see my screen?
Yeah, it's coming up.
Okay, right. So this is Domenico Ramponi.
Yes.
And I can see quickly, yes, this is GEDCOM. This is cool. We actually know what time he died at. I don't usually see that, so that's cool.
The Italian records are good that way.
Yeah. And I'm sure, Chris can vouch to that too, because he's our, Italy guy. And so, there's a lot of data that's hidden within them, but it links to Family Tree Maker documents that were uploaded to
That's
the
where I got my GEDCOM. Yes. Yeah.
Right. So this must have come straight from Family Tree Maker.
Yes.
Looks like it didn't come from Ancestry. Okay. So let's see what happens when we edit the profile.
Okay. So
go down. And okay, and it's basing it off of Ancestry sources. Now I don't know if it's
you've got your AGC button there.
Yeah. But there's some paywall stuff happening because of the CGI bin link is in place. So I don't know if it's going to show any sharing links at all. But right up here, do you see that there's a AGC automatic GEDCOM cleanup button?
Yeah, I said that backwards, didn't I?
It's okay, but this will populate if it sees that there's GEDCOM junk. If it sees that there's GEDCOM stuff on the profile. The last time we did this, that button wasn't there because there was no GEDCOM material. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Okay.
So if you do get a GEDCOM profile, which is probably going to be the majority of yours, then that button should appear in between the bold and the, this button, which still isn't identifying for me for whatever reason. Weird. Okay. So let's hit this one, and instantaneously it works. It starts to change all the info in the biography. It's linking to this OpenStreetMap link for the residents. It's kind of creating something off of this link, the source here for Ancestry. So let's just actually see what it looks like in preview here. And what it's done is it's found two facts. It's found that there was a residence, that he was living in Tanto, Piedmonte, Italy, and then that he died at this location as well at that time. And then it brings up a research notes section, and it creates this section because it feels like there's a couple things that need to be checked. There happened to be more than one death fact that was cited, and one of them is the 18th, and one of them is the 19th. So there might be some inconsistency here, or some discrepancy between what day was actually the death. So we might look into that.
Yeah, one day later. Yeah, gotcha.
It created this horrendously long citation here from Ancestry, and another one directly underneath it. So I'm wondering if this data exists somewhere else. I'm wondering if it's not just on Ancestry, like we were talking about. Family Search might have these records, and that might simplify like what we're trying to cite. If you find like the citation on that site and use that instead of this long Ancestry link, which appears to be trying to get around the paywall to view it.
I like this already. What I see, yes.
Yeah, and then again, the death is being cited here, and a lot of great information here. Peasant farmers, and again the time of death and everything. But again, it only has these large links to sites, so that's why it throws it in there. And then it's citing a GeneaNet family tree. Now, I mean, we could add this to the See Also section underneath. I can see that it's already created a See Also section. Here's the church record copied by Don Luigi Bonello. So that's cool, and maybe we could find the digital version of that. That would be something we could use. Again, it's citing the family tree, and then it's citing the death of Anna, whom I can't recall who is the relationship to him, but apparently he's being mentioned in her death record. So that's something else that can be investigated. Would you want me to save the profile as it looks right here?
I've got it on my screen too, right in front. Okay, so
all right.
I'll save it on mine.
So do you want to do it on your end then, and I'll
just
okay. Well, before you do anything, I'm gonna remove myself from this. I'm gonna delete the draft and return the profile without saving. Okay.
Okay.
So now my draft is deleted. There should not be any kind of edit conflict. If you want to go in and hit that AGC button, it should do the same thing.
And then exactly the same thing. I've got it on my screen. Yeah.
Yeah. So now then it should be the same format, and I wouldn't change anything right now. I'd just save it.
Oh, this formatting issue, is that I changed the formatting issue? Is that the
it automatically adds an edit summary of using automatic GEDCON cleanup.
Yeah.
So you would just have that as your edit summary. It's already defaulted.
Okay. And full save.
Okay. Now
wow.
I can reset the page now because I can see your change here. Don Ramponi edited the biography, reformatted via the WikiTree AGC extension version, and now this is it. This is what you just did, right?
This is let's say a few days' work on each person. Thank you.
Yes.
Awesome.
Okay.
Now I can go add my
results.
Stuff. I can add my documents and stuff now, and so I can clean this up. Super. Thank you very much.
Yeah. Glad we managed to sort another problem out. Yeah. I think we probably need to wind up for today, though. If anybody today did have a question that we didn't get around to answering, and they want to put it forward for next time, then by all means, once the post is up, just contact whoever's got one of us, and we can try and make sure we deal with it first, because we do try to deal with ones where people have actually let us know that they're happy for us to share what we're doing. Look forward to seeing you if you've got any questions next time.